F40 wide body. You know, Ferrari even took it to a point where they no longer call this an F40 Ferrari. But this guy says, who cares, man? What is up, guys? Welcome back to another Cascade video. Today is an unexpected video because we come to you from Tokyo, Japan. So this is funny, guys. I'm actually here for work, and then just by dumb luck, by pure dumb luck, the Tokyo Auto Salon is this weekend, the exact time I'm here. And then this is not planned. First time in Japan, so we're gonna definitely head over there right now, check out some cool cars. And guys, this is a little POV of an American in Japan, first time, don't know anything, so hopefully I can show you guys some funny stuff. So while we're heading out here, I've actually been here for a couple of days now, so let me tell you guys some like 3 key differences of Japan compared to America. First thing is, everything is so clean here. Like out there, it is so clean. There's no like gum on the floor. You get fined if you smoke in public. Everything's just super clean. And number 2, I think the biggest difference and why I like it here so much is the respect. The manners you would expect that we do not have in America. So everyone's just so nice to each other, and that just shows you something about the US. And also, funny one, that the magical bidet, the water that comes out the toilet and cleans your private parts. Luckily, they have some toilet paper, and I chose not to use that. Another key difference here, guys, in Japan is the Uber prices. A little over 20,000 yen. That's like $140. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry, in the elevator, someone's looking at me all weird, but in Japan, there's not a lot of people who own and drive cars because it's very expensive to operate one here. So that explains why, you know, the high prices of the fares and everything. But anyway, we're in the Uber now, so let's go check out some cool cars. This guy's probably like, what the hell is this guy doing? I don't want to make him feel weird, so see you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, just arrived here, and first impressions is this place is freaking huge, guys. I mean, I think this comparison to the US, this is like SEMA, I think. Definitely for sure SEMA vibes. I mean, this place is absolutely freaking huge. Everyone's filming, so I feel comfortable now. So let's get started, guys. First stop is, I think, most important to me because the RX-7 came from these guys, and it is honestly the RE guys. You know, it's making a lot more sense now why the RX-7 is painted that color, because they're all the same color. So naturally in this booth we're going to gravitate toward the RX-7, considering mine came from these guys. So let's take a look. What I'm looking at here is I'm trying to see similarities and differences from their newer cars to my car. And right off the bat, I have the exact same calipers as this guy, and then we have the same exact exhaust also. So this is pretty cool. Obviously a completely different body kit. I still love mine, definitely unique. Don't see that one a lot, even in Japan. And let's see what else we can find. Same wing also, this one's just wrapped, but you can see also carbon fiber underneath the vinyl right there. I know I get a lot of hate on my headlights, but I think these are the exact same one. I just don't have the cover over it, but it looks exactly the same. So maybe I'm just missing the cover. But you tell me, what do you think? There's so much stuff to take in here. I know this was one of the very hyped cars coming in here, this wide body M3. So far, out of all the cars I've seen here, definitely this guy wins for the most offset wheel. But I don't think he has a speed quite to the VW. You tell me, guys, but awesome car. I'm not very much a BMW guy, but just like the VW, you gotta appreciate a very, very, very clean build when you see one. And definitely approve this one. I just arrived for one of the cars I was looking forward to the most here, and this is kind of, I guess you could say, a little sneak peek of the next build we have coming soon, so check it out. So I don't know much about this car exactly, like the very details, but I know this is an Asian spec, or not Asian spec, but in the Asian series of racing, you have more options to choose from in terms of like racing series. Like in the US, we don't really have much options, right? We have like just more of the factory cup cars, the Porsche cup cars, the Super Trofeo Lamborghinis, but in Asia you have more of like the unlimited class, and that's where you see the super wide body stuff like this. And I'm not quite sure if that's because like people just don't have quite like as big of a budget in the US, but definitely if you're in the European series, the Asian series, you see more crazy stuff like that. And then I think that's what inspires a lot of the crazy builds in the US, is because we do not have stuff like this. So one of the other key differences I see between the Tokyo Auto Salon and SEMA is this show is more, I think, a race car focused. Like almost every single booth you go to has some kind of race car that's actually used, whereas SEMA, in my opinion, is more like, how can you create the craziest car that doesn't necessarily work? So for example, like look at this crazy thing right here. I mean, obviously you guys have seen this. This is Mad Mike's crazy Mazda 3, I think 4-rotor, 5-rotor, whatever, 6-rotor, I don't know, swap, and this thing's absolutely crazy. And then almost at every single booth here, I don't even know where I am exactly, but it has some kind of race car that obviously is complete and used. So in my opinion so far, this absolutely just shits on SEMA. Not to mention, guys, the quality of the cars here are so much better than SEMA. I haven't seen like one like half done. You guys know what I mean with the whole SEMA half done, not complete thing. So really cool to see that kind of stuff also. So one thing I've noticed also of like what you see a lot here is something called Super GT race cars, which is like the DTM style, super wide fenders, like crazy aero, like you see right here. So I'm not quite sure what the difference between Super GT and DTM is. I think they're very similar, but I think Super GT is more of like the Asian series, if I'm not mistaken. But if any of you guys know the difference specifically, let me know down in the comments. But all I can say is, guys, the next build, DTM / I guess you could say Super GT inspired, and I'm not gonna say too much, but you'll see very soon. One after another. I think I saw about like 15 of these now. So if you can't figure out what we're doing at this point, then I don't know how many more clues to give you guys. But the question is, what car are we doing it to? And I tell you guys, it's just a matter of time for a crazy guy with tons of money finds out a way to make this into a street car. I mean, honestly, it seems like that's where YouTube's going with all these custom builds. How close can we make a street car into a race car? You know, people just taking off the body kits off of Super Trofeos and cup cars. I'm telling you, it's just a matter of time before someone does it. Okay, guys, and over there is probably one of the highlights of the show. We're gonna try to get in there through all of that somehow. Let's go. Alright guys, we made it in here. So first, many of you have seen this all over social media. 787 inspired livery, 67 inspired livery, RX-7. Probably got 13B in there. Probably insanely ported. Such an iconic car, dude. Oh man. So crazy. Horse right next to it. Crazy wide body R34. I mean, you gotta hand it to these guys, man. They're just not afraid to put a wide body on anything. And kind of like us, you know? I mean, if you have no meaning of selling it, you just want to create something absolutely crazy, then, you know, go for it. And this is the definition of it right here, guys. F40, wide body, you know, Ferrari even took it to the point where they no longer call this an F40 Ferrari. But this guy says, who cares, man? And, you know, speaking, obviously, this is a much higher budget, but we have the same, like the same meaning with the wide body VW. Like, who cares if it's rare? If you think it's cool, then go for it. And then I think they just unleashed this one this weekend. Wide body Countach. So crazy, man. Are you a fan of the bolt-on over fenders, or do you like it, you know, flushed in so you can't see the rivets or the bolt? I personally, you know, kind of like we did with the VW, I like it more flush so it looks more OEM, if that makes sense. But still, gotta hand it to these guys, you know. To finish off the show, guys, we'll end with, you know, one of the top most elite racing series, LMP1 24-hour of Le Mans. I think this car right here actually won one of the races. As you can tell, obviously I love when they leave all the dirt on there. It just leaves or tells so much of a story. The back end here, so much respect for race cars, because you know a lot of money and time went into actually perfecting these cars compared to, like, as we're, you know, street kids. It's more of like, oh, how cool can I make it, or how crazy can I make it with, you know, out any performance purpose, if you know what I mean. So definitely super cool to see. All right, so that does it for that show, dude. That was absolutely crazy. In my opinion, like I said, that absolutely shits on SEMA. I mean, so many more race cars and cars that are, like, actually finished, and it just seems like, just like Japan in general, it was run more properly, and just the builds were just better quality. So, which brings us to the next thing, which is the build. The next build will probably be unveiled in the next video or two. I just want to make sure we have, you know, a couple of videos lined up for you guys, so you guys, like, it's not just, you know, a break in between each one. So I think this is going to be as good as the wide body VWs. So until next time, guys, let me know what you think of this show and if I missed anything or said anything incorrect. So yeah, see you guys later. Have a good one.